Breaking. Trump just hired a gay man. Yeah, you heard me right. A gay man to do a certain job within the presidential system. Let's check this out, because this is gonna blow your mind. But first, before we hop into this, if you like anything that has to do with current events, political content, make sure to subscribe right now. But of course, above that, if you like anything that has to do with the Bible and Jesus content, you're going to love this channel. Make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Now, listen, this has a deeper meaning than you even realize. Let's watch this video. He's going to react to it. Then we're going to react to him reacting to it. This is wild. There's some deeper meaning you don't even realize as of right now, but you will by the end of this video.
So Trump just announced that Scott Bessent is his pick for Treasury Secretary. Scott is an investor, a hedge fund manager, and the founder of Key Square Group.
Gets crazy.
He lives in Charleston, South Carolina, primarily, with his husband and 2 children.
With his husband and 2 children.
When Scott is confirmed, he will be the highest ranking openly gay official in U.S. history. But wait, doesn't Trump hate gay people? This incessant fear-mongering from the left is the reason why people are leaving the left in droves. No one takes you seriously anymore. Trump has a history of being on the LGBT community side, despite what the liberal media has to say. Trump was primarily responsible for deleting any anti-LGBT rhetoric from the Republican Party platform. He was the first president in history coming into office supporting gay marriage. He's hosted a plethora of gay marriages in the comfort of his own home at Mar-a-Lago. His Supreme Court ended workplace discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation. Trump appointees Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett have reaffirmed Obergefell as settled law. Rick Grenell was the first openly gay cabinet member in U.S. history appointed by Trump. And President Trump launched a global initiative to decriminalize homosexuality, especially in places like the Middle East, barring Israel, because they're fine with it. Whoever is saying that Trump is trying to take away rights from the LGBT community, they're lying to you.
Exactly. Before we get into the rest of this shocking video, I wanted to show you this. Mexican word of the day, nacho. Nacho president. I thought that was funny. I wanted to share it with you. Now let's get on to this crazy rest of the video. Now this is what MAGA, that's a terrible username by the way. They said homophobic Donald Trump just nominated Scott Bessent, a gay man, as Treasury Secretary. We look forward to Bessent joining us in Trump's gay concentration camp. It's going to be, their words, fabulous. So that's Scott Bessent with his son and his husband. Now, of course, if you watch my channel, you know where I stand with according to the things of the Bible. The Bible's very clear that God actually looks at homosexuality as an abomination. He says that in the Old Testament, and we know God never changes. And in the New Testament, it's actually listed as something, as, of course, people may get mad at this, but it is the truth. As if you're in that lifestyle, living that lifestyle, practicing that lifestyle, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven because it is sexual immorality. So I stand against that movement. I stand against it. Of course, I love the people that are in that movement. Of course, we do not hate anybody. The Bible says if you hate your brother, love of God isn't even shed abroad in your heart. I love those people, but I hate the sin. I can't stand this sin. I think it's very wicked, and it's an attack from the enemy to get people headed down the path leading to hell. But what I want you to see is that Donald Trump is not what the media makes him out to be. He's the actual total opposite. This is literally Donald Trump welcoming him to the stage with a handshake. And you can see Donald Trump smiling.
On Friday said he will nominate prominent investor Scott Bessent as U.S. Treasury Secretary.
Absolutely wild. What I'm trying to get you to see is that they try to make Trump out to be this racist, homophobic, he hates everybody except for the middle-aged, wealthy American white male. That's not true. Donald Trump loves all people, and he has a heart to help every person in America and even around the world. Now, of course, I've had people that say, you know, you worship Trump. I don't worship Trump. I just think that he's a good guy and the right president for us. But I need you to see something so that you don't get sucked into the lie that they're trying to force down you. Now, just to prove my point, this is a shocking fact that you probably didn't know about Donald Trump. Listen to this.
You and I have spoken about how during the campaign, it was 91% negative against Trump, which is unheard of in the annals of modern politics. But during a campaign when there is some hard-charging stuff going on, the coverage is going to be a little bit, or should be a little bit more negative on both sides. But what's interesting here is that it just simply continued. It went from 91 to 89. It stayed the same. There was absolutely no honeymoon period for Donald Trump whatsoever.
So they're saying 91% of the coverage the mainstream media did on Trump was negative. Negative. Now, how much did they do on Kamala? It was actually like, I believe I have the number, it was in the 80%, I don't know the exact number, it was like 84% of what they did on Kamala, maybe there's a graph down here, was actually supporting, here it is, actually, no, it was 78%, my fault, my bad, 78% was positive coverage on Kamala. I thought I saw somewhere it was 80s, I don't know, they must have dropped it or just had it wrong. 85% was negative. Oh, this is on the three platforms, ABC, CBS, and NBC. So you can see that they tried to force something down that was not true. That Trump hates gays, that Trump is a racist, that Trump is actually against all Jews. That couldn't be further from the truth. And you even see here, this is another one that's saying 92%, 8% was positive, 92% was negative. So what I'm trying to show you is that when people go to get their news updates, where do they go? They don't go to these platforms that give them the truth. They go to the platforms that are like ABC, NBC, NBS, or whatever it is, Fox News, CNN, all these places, and they think that they're getting the truth. News, I need people to wake up and understand. News doesn't mean it's true. Just because it appears on the news does not mean that it's truth. It's probably an exaggerated lie. That's what you've got to understand. So for me personally, I would not have picked this man, Scott Bessent, to be the treasurer. I wouldn't have done that. But I want you to see that the lies that they're saying on Trump are not true. They're not true. You know, people also say Trump hates Jews. Listen to this clip.
I will immediately restore and expand the Trump travel ban on entry from terror-plagued countries, and I will implement strong ideological screening for all immigrants. If you hate America, if you want to abolish Israel, if you sympathize with jihadists, then we don't want you in our country. We don't want you.
Straight from his words. So people say that, people hate Trump because he hates Jews. That's never been said by him. If you actually listen to the whole clip, this is why I believe every person needs one good lie told on them in their lifetime. Because people don't understand. People don't literally understand what it means to have a lie told on you. Look, listen, Trump, he stands with Jews. Did you know, I think there was like 17,000 Jews in his New York rally. Why? Because they actually love Donald Trump. The Amish community, they love Donald Trump. Black people, they love Donald Trump. White people, they love Donald Trump. Doesn't matter who you are, female, male. It doesn't matter. Listen, you've just got to wake up and know the truth and understand the lies they're trying to shove down this generation. This is another quote. He says, no one stood by Israel and the Jewish people like me. Don't let me down. I will not let you down. And there's one more clip that I want to show you because people say, oh, he hates females. No, he doesn't. This is a clip of Donald Trump, and of course, I don't have the exact clip, and plus my computer's acting weird. It's not playing the sound for some reason right now. But Trump said that he, there it is. Hold on.
I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect them from migrants coming in. I'm going to protect them.
So did you hear what he said right before that? I'm going to protect them I'm going to do it. Listen.
I said, well,
listen.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. Then he says, I'm going to protect them. All these platforms like NBC, ABC, CBS, they took that original first little clip, isolated it, where he says, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. Right before he says, I'm going to protect them. That's what he was meaning. But they took that and they put in parentheses like, Trump states this on abortion. Trump states this on getting rid of of women and factories or whatever it is. And they use that clip to totally change what he intended to say. Telling people that Trump is not the real man people think that he is. Can you see how there is an agenda that they're trying to make this out to be, where they hate Donald Trump? But listen, you've got to understand the truth, and I think people are waking up to the truth. That's why he had an astounding victory and totally destroyed Kamala in this presidential race. So that has it. You know, Trump hired a gay man. Now you know all this stuff about the truth about Donald Trump. Once again, like I said before, I do not stand with that policy. I would not recommend that, but of course you understand nobody's going to be perfect for the presidential job. And besides him and Kamala, I voted Donald J. Trump, and there's, you know, if he does one thing that whatever I don't agree with, you know, you've got to understand, besides him and Kamala, if he did that one thing, it's way out of the ballpark. I'm still going to vote for Trump because of all the other things that he stands for, and I truly believe he's going to make America great again. That's all for today's video. If you'd like to partner with me and you like the message I'm sharing on YouTube and social media, you can go down below and click on the Patreon link and the link in the description or the link in the comments. You can partner with me financially. I have 3 ways for that. Also, I want to give you this. I would love for you to go follow me on Instagram at CadenPody. I'd love to see you there. Besides that, next time, I'll see you in the next video. More content will appear upon your screen right now. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye-bye.